We knew that Mr. Fuller was in a section of town. We searched last night for a long time until people were way too tired to search any longer. Went home, got a little bit of sleep, came back. We re-interviewed a couple of people. We talked to several other people, and we believe that we narrowed it down to a couple of houses that hadn't been searched. The one on North Street was a residence that we went to. Their plan was, and they said, that if we laid low for 5 days, the authorities would quit looking for us, the news media wouldn't put any attention on us any longer. Then what we would do would be either leave town by truck or some way. They were talking about truck routes and who they could talk to get out of town.
Any idea what time they actually got out of the
Yes.
jail? What time was that, Sheriff?
I'm not telling you.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about, you said, Sheriff, this had gone on for over a year.
Yeah.
How does somebody come up with such a scheme and it not go detected for over a year?
Well, I don't know what that question's supposed to mean, but obviously I said that what you're going to do is we reviewed the process that we inspect the cells, and all the cells have been inspected. Mr. Fuller has been in this cell and been in this jail for an awful long time. And that's something that we've missed, and I take responsibility for that, and we've made corrections in that, and that will not be happening again.
Sheriff, have you determined what they used to, I'm assuming they cut through concrete similar to this in the wall, the ceiling?
Yes.
Have you determined what, have they said what they used? I mean,
we have found instruments. There was no instrument that was brought into the jail. They used makeshift tools that they obtained while they were in jail. They were pretty confident that Mr. Fuller committed the crime down on Tracy Street where he took the car. We have video of Mr. Fuller leaving that car at Woodruff High School and leaving. And so we believe that the Tracy Street incident was the only one, unless, am I missing something? Is that it? I think that we all agree that as of right now, there are no other missing cars, and there have been no other reports of them. So we believe that the only other incident was the Tracy Street, I guess it would be called a burglary or break-in, abduction, home invasion, excuse me, home invasion on Tracy Street. These are smart guys you have up here that are working undercover in this area, and they have people to talk to. They found letters, they found correspondence, they found some memos, and in reading through that gave us some indication of what they were going to do and where they were going to go.
And you don't believe they ever got into a vehicle or anything? You think they went from here to there on foot the whole time?
We are very confident that they walked to where they said they were.
Is it your feeling, Sheriff, that the plan, this was just between these two individuals?
Yes.
Okay. Nobody else?
Obviously, they were in a cell that holds 7 people, and there were 11 people in there. There were 4 people on the floor, but I think that Mr. Fuller and Mr. Cook only trusted each other. They worked on it, I think, primarily by themselves, unless somebody can tell me anything different as far as that goes, too. Here's what happened. When it came time to lock back, Mr. Cook locked back into Mr. Fuller's cell. He made up to look like he was laying on his bed. His door was locked. When they did the count, the guard looked in, saw somebody that he believed was Mr. Cook on his bed. Mr. Cook was hiding then in Mr. Fuller's cell. So when he did the head count, nothing appeared wrong. And when they did the check of the cells, obviously all the doors were locked. People believed that the guards believed that they were all where they were supposed to be.
So your search, did it ever really take you outside of the Peoria city limits at all?
No, I think that once we knew the people were out, obviously we did several things. We did the reverse 911 call to tell people that they were out. We secured the perimeter here because we weren't sure where they were. Once we found out we weren't here, these group of professionals came together. Within an hour and a half, you couldn't believe the amount of information that they had gathered about these two through their files, and they started yesterday afternoon.
So, Sheriff, did you have to use K-9 units?
We use K-9 units all along, and I want to thank Peoria Heights and Bartonville also for the use of their K-9 units and their thermal imaging. We used thermal imaging and night vision goggles last night, and also the Peoria County K-9 unit Clyde, who is a bloodhound. Did some tracking, and all those things proved very fruitful. Obviously, when searching in the middle of the night for someone as dangerous as Mr. Fuller, having K-9 units go along to assist you is a huge asset. And all these departments, once again, without question, contributed and assisted in the capture of these two, which are two very dangerous people.